Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video, we had a huge price drop on ALEO ASICs coming from IceRiver specifically on that new and unreleased AE0. So yes, we're getting a price drop on a unit that hasn't even released yet. It's to the point where it's a game changer. It's going to change the dynamics of the entire ecosystem as well as their competitor, which at this time is only GoldShell. Although we know that there are going to be other competitors down the line. But currently, all we can really say, RIP GoldShell, right? So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the price as well as the performance increase of this unit and compared to the GoldShell units and kind of what to expect here. Because again, this does change the game here, okay? So if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned. Let's get right to this thing. So here we are officially in the next chapter of these freaking ASIC wars. Now it's specifically just IceRiver and GoldShell, although Bitmain will eventually come in down the line, but here it is. Okay, so the AE0 was initially MSRP'd at $2,000, $19.99. Currently dropping down to $7.99. So massive drop in price here. Which, a little bit weird because, again, this unit hasn't even released yet. But, again, it's just reflecting the current market, right? Which has been down, right? Sentiment has also been down. Profitability has been down. Okay, so this is just kind of a reflection of that. It did also get a performance upgrade, so it's going from 50 mega hash up to 60 mega hash and at the same wattage. Okay, so because of that, it is also increasing the efficiency, going from 2 joules a mega hash down to 1.67. So pretty awesome there. Another change though, do factor in if you're interested in ordering this thing, is that the shipping window also did change. It's now from 4/20 to May 15th. Okay, so they get pushed back a little bit. So some things to note. If you guys did order one already, all existing A0 orders will automatically be upgraded to the new version, which most likely is just either a firmware upgrade. The chip's probably been a little bit better than what they were expecting. But customers who ordered from the official website will receive a coupon for the price difference directly in their accounts if you order directly from IceRiver. If you order through a third-party reseller, get a hold of them, contact them so you can get your coupon. Okay, so it's not a full reimbursement. Obviously, that would have been nicer, but it at least is something, right? Obviously, the better thing would just be just to get a refund for that amount. But here we are. They're at least getting something. So let's talk about the dynamics of this change. Okay, number one, it's going to increase the profitability. So it's going up to $7.13. Although that's partially also because ALEO did go up recently, right? Ultimately, it was down to like 11-12 cents literally about a week ago. It's currently gone up damn near 50% since then. It's at 17 cents. So at its current price, it's up to $7.13. Again, this is 60 mega hash, 100 watts, 10 cent kilowatt hour. Although at 100 watts, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. So that portion looks good, and the biggest change, again, because of such a significant price drop, the competition also needs to restructure, and at this time, it's primarily GoldShell. Well, not primarily, it's only GoldShell and all their damn boxes and all their variations they decided to release. So they actually did update their price today. They did drop their prices. It's still not enough, though. So NHash did update to reflect the new prices, although they haven't changed the price for the A0 itself, oddly enough. But the A-Box 2 is down to $12.99 now, and the AE1M, which again just was announced 2 days ago, is already down pretty significantly, down to $4,100. And the biggest issue, it's not enough. Nowhere near enough. Currently, it does not make sense even at these prices after this reduction. It needs to go down significantly further. Okay? Again, the AE0, $800, A-Box 2, $1,300. AE0 outperforms it all day. Now, not only in terms of hash rate, but also the efficiency. Okay, so it's 54 mega hash for the GoldShell unit, 60 on the AE0, 530 watts on the GoldShell unit, 100 watts on the IceRiver unit. Massive difference, and it's also so much freaking cheaper. Okay, the GoldShell unit needs to go down extensively in order to make sense. And honestly, even if it goes down to half of the $1,300, even if it goes down under $500, honestly, it still does not make any sense. It is such a drastic change in efficiency that it just does not make sense. Okay. So now when we compare it to the newer unit, the GoldShell, the EA1M, it becomes even more drastic even after the price drop. Okay, so now 4 units are going to outperform that GoldShell unit. Okay, so 4 of the A0s will be 240 mega hash at only 400 watts versus the 230 and 2000 watts. Okay, and again, the 4 IceRiver units are going to cost you $3,200 versus the 4,100 there. Makes zero effing sense. It needs to go down way further. Okay, there's now a massive disparity there with the price. So yes, they did lower it. Definitely not enough to reflect the prices. Okay. So let's talk about some of the risk factors with the A0, just to kind of reiterate. Obviously, the biggest one being the hash rate and difficulty. It is going to continue to go up. It's currently actually just had a nice little spike. Did recently hit about 500 just a few days ago. It is down to about 489, 490. So it has gone up quite a bit, right? Especially from the dip back in February. Again, this was around the time that the little GoldShell unit came out. It has more than doubled since then, okay? Now, to what extent it's going to go from here, it's really hard to say because of the fact that it's only these little guys on the network. Okay, once these larger units come up, it's going to change massively. Okay, again, factor in that yes, the A0 appears to be a good deal. When the big boy unit comes out, just factor in that one big boy unit is going to be 35 of these A0s, right? The big boy units are typically around 3,500 watts. This guy only being about 100 watts. We know that it's eventually going to come. The question is when and how far away it is. That's what you're that's the play right here. That's what you're betting against. That's what you're literally rolling the dice with, and that's what you're essentially gambling with. Okay? Because the sooner that thing comes out, the quicker you're going to get wrecked. Okay? So again, what you're betting on here is that guy is potentially quite a ways away. So for this thing to be appealing to you, it's because you think that the market is going to go sideways or down for another 3 to 5 months, right? Because again, that larger unit is not going to come out until they have a reason for it to come out. Okay? Either because the profitability has also gone up, because again, ALEO's gone down a lot. Once it goes up, it's going to look crazy. Honestly, even if they were to raise it right now, it would look fairly crazy. Because again, you would multiply this income by 35. Okay, so 35 multiplied by the 7. That's what the daily profitability would be according to this calculator. Obviously, we know it's not going to be that real world, but that's what they're going to use to try to sell this thing. Whether it's them, whether it's Bitmain, whether it's GoldShell. GoldShell may also release a bigger unit of this thing. We know that's going to be the tactic, right? But realistically, again, it's not going to make sense until they have a reason to, which is when they think the market's going to turn around, right? So again, the longer we have this shitty price action, the kind of better it is for you. Okay, now at this $800 price point, though, it does make it more appealing. But let's look at it, right? Let's look at the numbers. Just easy metrics we can do to consider is, let's look at the price. Like how much ALEO we can buy for that freaking $800 or the $799. $799 currently at ALEO's price at this moment as of April 14th, you would get about 4,600 ALEO. Okay. With that current little box miner, you get about 4122. Okay, so let's take how much ALEO it would take for us to mine the amount we could just buy right now. Okay, so currently again, 4645. We're gonna divide it by, what was it, 41. 4122. So 41, we'll just do 41, easy numbers. So it would take you about 113 days, which again isn't going to be realistic either, right? It can be as much as double, could be triple, could be longer. Reason being, it's the difficulty in hash rate. It would be 113 days if you got one of these units and you were the only one, the hash rate difficulty never increased. That's what it would be. Okay? So is this a lot better than the Echo series we did just the other day where it was like 250? Definitely. And now at $800 versus spending, 2,000 plus on the other units, it's a little bit more enticing, right? Again, you're primarily betting on the hash rate and difficulty and how long for ALEO's price action to continue this way. Do you think the market's going to rebound here in the next couple of months? Or do you think we're going to get more of this price action, which, looking at the chart, it's so freaking bad. Which it can happen, right? Although it's gone down this much, the market cap is 62 million. Can go down further, but this is the risk to reward factor. Do you think there's more upside than downside? Really hard to say, right? Right now with this thing going down so freaking much, it can still go down another 50%. It could go down another 70%. But I think there's also the possibility that between now and the next 6 months, it can go up the 100%. It can go up 200%, go up 300%. Again, just keep in mind this thing was at like $5-6 not that long ago. Okay, do I think it's going to actually go back to those levels? Honestly, probably not. But it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for this thing to even just like 10x from here. Okay, will it, won't it? We don't know. That's kind of what you're banking on. Again, the ideal scenario is to mine more than what you could buy, right? And will you get it? It just really depends on the hash rate and difficulty. That's where, unfortunately, we do not have that crystal ball. You are essentially kind of betting against that. Okay, at this point, it's definitely more appealing at this price point. Would I personally buy one right now? For me, no. Again, like I've mentioned before, too many of these coins are at freaking lows. Some of them bear market lows. Some of them are at prices from the previous cycle. Okay, so it's pretty bananas. You can pretty much go all over the place. Whether it's something in the top 10, top 50, top 100, or you want a shitcoin and go all the way down out of that range, there's just so many deals that it's extremely hard to take that risk on something when there's so many better plays out there that are at these prices. Again, when dynamics are different, right? Let's say we go back just a few months ago when BTC was at 110, Solana was at like $250, then makes you want to degen a little bit more, potentially take a little bit more risk. Then these types of units become a little bit more appealing because of that. But because of the prices of these things, or even just like ALEO's price, right? It being down to 17 cents, knowing where it was before, kind of makes more sense to buy the coin, right? But this is where, in the long term, we don't know, right? It can be a 6-month gap between now and the big boy. Although personally, I highly doubt that, right? For me personally, I'm not in the mind frame that we're going to be down and to the right like this for a longer period of time. My mindset is more the opposite of that. I have a feeling that sometime May, June may be very bullish times for us. It could be the beginning of where we thought we would be this past February, or maybe not. But me personally, that's where I see the market. So because of that, this is not something that would be appealing for me, because it's 100% sure that if ALEO does go up to 35 cents, up to 40 cents, 50 cents, those big boy units will be coming out, right? And also, if it does pump, guess what? People are going to be buying the hell out of this thing. Okay, so just factor all those things in. Again, factor in your time horizon. Understand the risk. Understand what you're getting yourself into here. But at the end of the day, look at the numbers. Okay, like, yes, I do have an affiliate link. Yes, I do have a thing with IceRiver. But again, this is why we focus on the numbers. Why? Because the numbers don't lie. Okay, look at the projections. Look at what's happened in the past. We've had example after example after example. Okay, will some of these pan out? They will. Will all of them pan out? Absolutely not. We've already seen that. Okay, it's up to you to determine that risk factor. For me, this is one extremely high risk. Okay, just even on the basic factors. Number one, just how much ALEO you can buy for the amount. Another very easy principle is just knowing that we know we're going to get bigger units, right? It's one thing if IceRiver was the only manufacturer of ALEO ASICs, they're not. Bitmain has already confirmed, so it's not even a rumor or maybe Bitmain will come out with one. They're coming out with one. Okay, at this price, you're kind of pricing the bigger unit, because again, the larger unit is going to be 35 of these things. So you're saying that the larger unit equivalent is going to be 28 grand? Most likely not. Okay, maybe a third of that? Sure, like for me to bite, it needs to be appealing enough. Honestly, if I was super bullish on ALEO, it'd be more appealing. Like for me, IceRiver, even the Alephium unit, those were much more appealing just because I'm very bullish on those projects. Am I as bullish on ALEO? No, right? And that's the biggest difference for me. Like for me to really want the ASIC, either the numbers really need to make sense or I need to be really into that project. If I'm into that project, there's a good chance, even if the numbers aren't super great, I'll probably still buy into it, right? This is where it kind of differentiates. And these are the types of things I look at, right? Everybody's going to have different ways to look at these things, different way to look at the value of these things and as to why they get them. This is just the way I value it. This is the way I look at it because at the end of the day, like, yes, I do it for profit, but yes, it's also partially a hobby, right? So kind of to each their own on every factor. That's the way I value things. That's the way I look at it. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think about the price? Is this low enough? Is this now appealing enough for you to take that gamble, take that risk? Do you think it needs to go lower? Do you think it's fairly priced? And where do you think the market's going? Like, where do you see the market in the next 2-3 months? Are you more along the lines that we're going to continue down into the right? I know some of you guys are super convinced the bear market, we are in full swing of this thing, and the high for the bull market was BTC at 110, although I fully disagree with that. But let me know in the comments though, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I am out.